Hey all my foodie friends and family, how you doing? I hope you're having a super day today. It's glorious and sunshiny here in Toronto, and we're going to make some veal scallops with some creamy mushrooms. A very quick dish, very simple, and we're going to start off with a grill pan and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I would not use any saturated fat, you really don't need it. Olive oil is good. Canola is good. Stay away from any saturated fats. I'm using some veal leg scallops that I've dusted with porcini powder. Now I have 4 scallops that I'm using in this recipe, but you can adjust it to any number. If it's just you and a significant other, make 2. If it's you and your family, make 4. If it's you and the whole family, make 8. It doesn't matter. So I put those veal leg scallops in the grill pan, and I'm seasoning with some salt and pepper. You could certainly change the seasonings here. I am focusing on the flavor of mushroom. So I'm not adding anything like sage or thyme because I don't want the flavors to get muddled. So now that I have the scallops down on one side, I'm sprinkling more porcini powder on the other. You can find porcini powder in your food import store or a store that specializes in spices and herbs and things like that. It adds so much flavor, and it's not really that expensive for the amount that you use. So I've flipped those over, and we're just browning these scallops on both sides. They're very thin, so they're not going to take a lot of time to cook through. Beautifully brown, and the aroma that comes up from these scallops because of the porcini powder is unbelievably good. Don't throw out any juices in the bottom of this pan. It's got some delicious fond from the meat and the porcini powder. We're going to add 1 quart of cremini mushrooms or brown mushrooms sliced, and I'm adding some salt and pepper. You could add some hot spices to this if you want, but I always like to make sure that the predominant flavor in this dish is mushroom and not heat. But I leave that up to you. You know how much to put in that you like. So freshly ground black pepper and freshly ground sea salt. Give them a stir. You need to cook these on pretty high heat because we want them actually to brown and not just bubble in juices. This will take some time to get to this color, and you notice that there is no liquid left in the bottom of the pan. You need to make sure that the heat is high enough. I'm adding 1/3 a cup of mushroom broth. If you don't have mushroom broth, vegetable broth is fine. And if you don't have that, even water will do. What actually would be really good here is 1/3 of a cup of a dry white wine. Would be delicious. Also adding 1/3 of a cup of 10% cream. I'm not using the full fat 35% because you don't need it. This is going to reduce and make a delicious sauce for these mushrooms that will go on top of the veal scallops. We need to bring the heat up, and we need to reduce this sauce to make it coat the mushrooms and be luxuriously rich. There it is. You see that there's not much liquid left in the pan. Everything has been reduced and condensed, and the flavor is absolutely gorgeous. You won't believe how good this is if you just take the time to reduce the sauce a bit. I'm returning the veal scallops to the pan. We just want to reheat them and coat them with the mushrooms and the sauce. Doesn't it all look good? This was absolutely delicious when I made it, and I can't wait to make it again. You saw how simple it was to make. You need, 2 main ingredients and a couple of liquids, and you've got it made. This would be a great date night recipe if you want to impress your date with how good you can cook. It looks absolutely yummy. Serve this up with some toasted French baguette and a beautifully crisp green salad, and you have an absolutely delicious dinner. Quick, easy, and so good. Your friends and family will think you're a wonderful chef. If you like the recipe, I'd love it if you'd subscribe to the channel. Love to have some more foodies here with me. Thanks for stopping by for some more food that warms your soul and mine too. We'll see you next time.